Stephanie and Joel have given me such inspiration to be a better person. They are world changers. They have taught me not to just put a Band-Aid on other people's financial situations, but to offer them a cure for it with this business. With their guidance and support, I am proud to be here today, changing lives. Joel and Stefani Dunn are two of the most encouraging people that I've ever met, not just in this business, but in the world. They go out every day and they encourage not only their team, but each and every distributor in this room and everybody that's out there watching right now. They have a hand on your back to push you just a little bit farther, or they have that phone to pick up and say, you can do this. Not only do they encourage each and every one of you to push a little bit harder, but when the school calls and says we need backpacks with food in it, they provide it. And when the school in Uganda says, you know, we just don't know, maybe we can't provide that freshwater well, they say, you know what, you can, and they make it happen. So I'm just proud to say that they are here and they have done what they've done.
Years ago, I was a brand new distributor and I was scared to death of flying. And Stephanie convinced me to get on 3 flights and go across the country, 3,000 miles to make it to my first conference. I cried every flight. I was so afraid. I just knew the plane was going to go down and I wouldn't be there for my children. And I made it here and it was life-changing. It was then that I realized I was starting the biggest adventure of my life, because Stephanie believed in me. Stephanie and Joel became more than just friends and mentors. They became my biggest inspiration. Stephanie and Joel give more than we could ever return to them. Stephanie and Joel, you see them as amazing leaders, and they are. But I have to say they're actually even more amazing people with huge hearts of gold. The biggest gift Stephanie gave to me was that she believed in me. And she made me remember that I had something great inside of me, a greatness that I had forgotten. And it's the kind of greatness that allowed me to retire my husband from his Fortune 500 company a couple of weeks ago. And now I fly every month like a boss.
I could stand up here all day long and talk about Joel and Steph and how great they are and what amazing leaders they are, but unfortunately I don't have enough time. What I will say is Stephanie has always believed in me, just like she believes in her team, and she believes in every single one of you, even if you aren't in her down line. Joel is an amazing leader. He has that attitude of you either do or you do not. There is no try. He has no excuses whatsoever. Stephanie and Joel together, they truly lead from the front. They don't just teach their downline and talk about steps to success. They do those steps to success every single day, and they work their business so hard and with a big heart so that they can give back more. It's such a big picture for them. Sorry. Together, they are the true definition of one team, one mission.
In this business and at these events, you're going to hear stories that you're going to relate to, and you're going to meet leaders that you can connect with. And since my journey began 4 years ago, Stephanie and Joel were those leaders that I wanted to follow. They lead from the front, they are one team, one mission, and they lead with integrity. And when you follow a leader like that, you are bound for success. Not only does this power couple lead with integrity, but we are so proud of them. They couldn't be more deserving. Sorry. Let's take a look at what this power couple's journey, Black Diamond journey, looks like.
wanted more, so we looked at what other successful people were supposed to be doing. So franchises were big, so we got into that. And then obviously real estate is always a big thing. You got to own property. And all of a sudden, the economy crashed, and we found ourselves losing our franchises, losing the houses, filing for bankruptcy, and standing in food lines at church for food so that we wouldn't lose our house. There was a great thing that came out about that time called Craigslist, and we were literally selling everything that we had inside of the house to make payments. And Steph wanted to get her hair done, so we obviously probably sold something so that she could do that. And we own fitness franchises, and they're like, well, it's this thing that, you know, makes fat disappear, and it's a patch, and it's amazing. And we're like, that's scientifically not possible. I'm gonna go prove her wrong, and she's gonna go try it. Once we put it on and saw results, I'm like, we're in.
As soon as I left there, I called a friend, and she wanted it too. And that was when I knew people want that instant gratification right now. And I kept calling people, and they kept wanting it.
And so that's kind of how God put It Works into our life. We needed money now. That $500 a month that everybody talks about will save you from bankruptcy and foreclosure. That's actually what we started out for, was that extra $1,000 a month so that we didn't lose the house. We had our car repossessed out of the driveway right when we joined.
These are actually food menus to different churches and food resources where you can get free food. I got my makeup done too. I have this as a reminder because there's so many people I think that just live paycheck to paycheck. And on the outside, we looked normal. People didn't know how badly we needed this opportunity. This, for me, I will never get rid of it because I know there's other people out there just like this.
When we were going through standing in food lines, we had no idea why we were going through that. We know now on the other side, it's so that we would have the ability to connect with everybody else that is standing in food lines, that are losing houses, that are losing businesses, that are having cars repossessed, that are filing for bankruptcy, to go, look, we went through that, you're going through that right now, you can get to the other side.
We fought to get there, and it's like holding that trophy up to be like, we did it, and if us failures can do it, so many people are going to do it. So it's, you know, this whole couple last days, it's like undescribable. Like, what word can you want to say? It's amazing, but it's not even a good word to say, amazing, because
my favorite part of this whole time is we get out and we're getting ready to take a picture at the plane. Just random guy jumps into a picture with all of us because he thought we were important because we came in on a private jet.
$5,000 shopping carts with our names on it that said Black Diamond, which that's pretty cool right there. That's just frameable. It felt so good to walk in, grab whatever we wanted, and have the amazing shopping spree.
It was time to cut loose and just go crazy. The best part was the swamp buggy, going out in the mud and going so far into the muck that the muck actually dislodged the four-wheel drive.
I've never been on a helicopter, so that was both of our first time going to an island. My smile that day was just ear to ear, as big as it could be. Pictures, video, that
nothing does it justice.
Yeah.
My favorite part about the island was me being on it. Everything else is always going to be there, and the island's always going to be there, but I'm not always going to be there, so that was my favorite part of the island, was me being on it.
I loved hanging around the fire pit, and hearing Mark and Cindy's journey that they had struggles too.
We are completely different people today than we were 6 years ago. The most important thing about getting to Black Diamond is the amount of lives that you have to change to get here. But the person you become to get to Black Diamond, you can go out and recreate through other people, which means you can go out and change a bunch of lives, which is what I think is probably the most important thing about getting to Black Diamond, is the amount of lives that you have to change to get here.
I think about my daughter. Thinking, not gonna give up on a dream because I want her, I want you to see that your dreams matter and to go after it, and that you're worth it. Never give up. dream bigger. I fight for it. Don't listen to anyone other than yourself and know that you're going to have the same video someday. And I can't wait to see your video of you changing lives and inspiring other people. Just to go after it. We did it.